The Galactic Alliance was vast, filled with countless species spread across thousands of worlds. Each civilization prided itself on its intelligence, culture, and military strength. Yet, when a lone distress signal echoed through the void of space, every powerful race ignored it. Only humans listened. The signal came from the far edge of the Cygnus Expanse, a remote and desolate sector of the galaxy. It was weak, desperate, and filled with static, but the words were clear enough. Please help us. They are coming. We are not warriors. Captain Elias Carter of the UHS Valkyrie listened to the transmission in silence. His crew, a diverse mix of explorers, scientists, and ex-soldiers, waited for his decision. The Alliance had already dismissed the call. No resources to spare, they said. No strategic value. Just another doomed species in a hostile galaxy. But humans were different. Set course, Carter said. We're going. The journey took days at FTL speed. As they neared the source of the distress signal, they discovered a small planet orbiting a dying star. Its surface was covered in sprawling cities, though most lay in ruins. Fires burned unchecked, and the signs of battle were evident from orbit. The planet was under siege. The enemy was already there. Massive warships, sleek and angular, hovered in low orbit. These were the Kivarn, an infamous warlike race known for conquest and extermination. They didn't take prisoners. They didn't negotiate. They only destroyed. The species that had sent the distress signal, the Illyrians, were a fragile, peaceful race. Tall, slender beings with shimmering skin and large, dark eyes. They were scholars, artists, and thinkers, not warriors. Their defenses had been shattered within hours. Now they hid in the ruins, waiting for the end. Carter stood on the bridge, jaw tight. Open a channel to the Kivarn. A grotesque alien face appeared on the view screen, covered in dark, chitinous plates. This world is ours now, human. Leave before we add your bones to the soil. Carter smiled, but it wasn't a friendly smile. You seem to think we're here to talk, or not. With a single hand motion, he ordered the attack. The Valkyrie was an old warship, a relic from humanity's past conflicts, but it still had teeth. Railguns roared to life, launching hypersonic projectiles that tore through the nearest Kivarn cruiser. Missile salvos followed, hammering their formation. The enemy fleet scrambled to respond, but humans fought differently. They fought to win. As the battle raged in orbit, Carter deployed drop ships to the surface. Human Marines, clad in advanced armor, hit the ground running. They weren't the largest or the strongest species in the galaxy, but they were something else. They were relentless. In the burning ruins of an Illyrian city, Sergeant Maria Vasquez led her squad through the rubble. The Illyrians cowered in the shadows, watching with wide, fearful eyes as the humans fought. The Kivarn were stronger, but humans fought with strategy, with firepower, and most of all, with sheer determination. One by one, the invaders fell. The battle lasted hours. The humans fought in space, on the ground, and in the skies. For every Marine that fell, 10 Kivarn warriors died. By the time the last alien ship retreated, the battlefield was silent, except for the crackle of flames and the distant cries of the wounded. The Illyrians emerged slowly, hesitantly. One of them, a female with violet-hued skin, approached Sergeant Vasquez, her large eyes filled with disbelief. You came for us," she whispered. Vasquez removed her helmet, revealing sweat-matted dark hair and a smirk. "Yeah, that's what we do." Later, as the Valkyrie prepared to leave, the Illyrian leader spoke to Captain Carter. "We sent that message to the entire galaxy. No one answered. No one except you. Why?" Carter exhaled, looking at the war-torn planet one last time. "Because we remember what it's like to be small, to be weak, to beg for help and be ignored. But most of all, because it was the right thing to do." As the Valkyrie jumped into FTL, the message was clear. Humanity was far from the most powerful race in the galaxy, but when others turned away, when the strong abandoned the weak, there was one species that still stood up and fought. Humanity answered the call. As the ship sped through hyperspace, Carter sat alone in his quarters, reviewing the battle reports. Losses were minimal, but every casualty weighed on him. He had led many battles before, But something about this one stuck with him. The sheer cruelty of the Kivaran, the helplessness of the Illyrians. It struck a nerve. A soft knock at the door. "Come in." Vasquez entered, holding 2 cups of steaming coffee. "Figured you could use this." Carter accepted the cup with a nod. "Hell of a fight down there." She sat across from him, stretching her sore muscles. "Yeah, never gets easier, does it?" "No," he admitted, "but if we hadn't come." Vasquez took a sip of coffee. They'd be gone. Just another species wiped out while the rest of the galaxy pretended not to notice. Silence stretched between them, the hum of the ship, the distant chatter of the crew. It was all background noise to the thoughts waiting on them both. "Do you think they'll remember?" Vasquez finally asked. "The Illyrians, I mean." Carter looked out the window at the endless stretch of stars. "I hope so, because someday it might be us sending that distress call, and we'll need someone to answer." Vasquez smirked, raising her cup. "Then let's hope we made a damn good impression." Carter clinked his cup against hers, the silent agreement passing between them. No matter what, no matter where, humanity would always answer the call.